Done.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Chapter. Thank you everybody. Hare Krishna. 42.
42 Prabhuji. 42 Prabhuji.
Yes, correct. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naranam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narotamam.
Narayana Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudire.
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Esho.
Nastapayaschu Bhadreshu.
Nityam
Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhagavati
Uttama Shloke.
Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Vedam Jagadhata.
Jagadata.
Bhagavan Dharma Rupadre.
Bhagavan Dharma Rupate.
Ushnati Tapayan Vishwam.
Ushnati Sapitam Samam Vishnam.
Hiryam Narasuradibhi.
Evam Narasurabihi.
Vedam Jagadhata.
Vedam Jagadhata.
Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrik.
Padrak.
Ushnati Sapayan Vishwam.
Ushnati Sapayan Vishwam.
Hiryam Narasuradibhi.
Narasurabihi.
Vedam Jagadhata.
Vedam Jagadhata.
Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrik.
Padrak.
Ushnati Sapayan Vishwam.
Ushnati Sapayan Vishwam.
Hiryam Narasuradibhi.
Narasurabihi.
Vedam Jagadhata. Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrik. Ushnati Sapayan Vishwam. Hiryam Narasuradibhi. Vedam Jagadhata. Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrik. Ushnati Sapayan Vishwam. Hiryam Narasuradibhi.
Suradhipi.
Hare Krishna Shobhamat.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Saivedam Jagadata Bhagavan Dharmarupadrik Krishnati Sthapayan Vishwam Tiryan Nara Suradhipi.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Saivedam Jagadhata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrik Ushnati Sthapayan Vishwam Tiryan Nara Suradibi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sayevedam Jagatata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadra Pushnati Sthapayan Vishwam Tiryan Narasura Dibihi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Sayevedam Jagadhata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrak Pushnati Sthapayan Vishwam Triyanara Suradivihi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Sa ivadam jagadhata Bhagavan dharma rupa dhruk Pushnati stapayan vishwam Tiryan nara suradibihi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
स एवेदं जगद्धाता भगवान् धर्मरूपधृक् पुष्णाति स्थापयन् विश्वं त्रियन्नर सुरादिभिः. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Savedam Jagadhata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadru Ushnati Sthapayan Vishwam Triyannara Suradabihi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sa ivadam jagadata Bhagavan dharma rupadrak usnati sathapakam vishwam triyani narasur adibhi. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sayevedam Jagadhata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrak Krishnati Sthapayan Tiryan Narasura Adihi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Manat.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Saevedam Jagadhata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrik Ushnati Stapayan Vishwam Tiran Narasturadibihi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Dharmesh Ravalji. Busy.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, I am driving, so will not be.
Take care.
Thank you. Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Saporiji.
Sir, I have read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can I read?
Chalo, now.
Hare Krishna. Saevadam Jagadata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrak Pushyanti Stapayan Vishwam Tiriyan Narasura Bihi.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Saha. He. Eva. Certainly. Idam. This. Jagadhata. The maintainer of the entire universe. Bhagavan. The personality of Godhead. Dharma Rupa Dhrik. Assuming the form of the religious principle. Poshnati. Maintains. Sapayam. After establishing Vishwam, the universes, Tiryak, living entities, lower than the human being, Nara, the human beings, Sura Adibihi, by the demigodly incarnations. He, the personality Godhead, the maintainer of all the universe, appears in different incarnations after establishing the creation, and thus he reclaims all kind of conditions among the humans, non-humans, and all that. He, the personality of Godhead, as the maintainer of all in the universe, appears in different incarnations after establishing the creation, and thus he reclaims all kinds of conditioned souls among the humans, non-humans, and then the demigods. Hare Krishna Priyadarshini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah,
May I read, Prabhuji?
yeah, start.
The Supreme Personality. Hello? Hare Krishna Prabhuji, may I read?
Your voice is
Hello?
going away.
Hello, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Try.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu incarnates himself in different societies of living entities to reclaim them from the clutches of illusion. And such activities of the Lord are not limited only to human society. He incarnates himself even as a fish, hog, tree, and many other forms. But less intelligent persons who have no knowledge of him deride him, even if he is in human society as a human being. The Lord therefore says in the Bhagavad Gita, avajananti ma mudha manushim tanum ashritam param bhavan ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. As we have already discussed in the previous verses, it is concluded that the Lord is never a product of the material creation. His transcendental position is always unchanged. He is an eternal form of knowledge and bliss, and he executes his almighty will by his different energies. As such, he is never the subject of reactions for any of his acts. He is transcendental to all such conceptions of actions and reactions. Even if he is visible in the material world, the exhibition is only of his internal energy, for he is above the good and the bad conceptions of this material world. In the material world, the fish or the hog may be considered lower than the man, but when the Lord appears as a fish or hog, he is neither of them in the material conception. It is his causeless mercy that he appears in every society or species of life, but he is never
to be considered one of them. Conception of the metal words such as good, bad, lower, upper, important, insignificant are estimation of the mental energy. The Supreme Lord is transcendental to all such conception. The word Param Bhavam.
Conceptions. Param Bhav. The words Param Bhavam are transcendental in nature, can never be compared to the material conception. We should not forget that the potencies of the Almighty Lord are always the same and do not decrease because the Lord assumes the form of a lower animal. There is no difference between Lord Sri Rama, Lord Sri Krishna, and his incarnations as a fish and hog. He is all pervading and simultaneously localized at any and every place. But the foolish person with a poor fund of knowledge, for want of that Param Bhavam of the Lord, cannot understand how the Supreme Lord can take the form of a man or a fish. One compares everything to one's own standard of knowledge, as the frog in the well considers the sea to be like the well. The frog in the well cannot even think of the sea, and when such a frog is informed of the greatness of the sea, it takes the conception of the sea as being a little greater than the well. As such, one who is foolish about the transcendental signs of the Lord will find it difficult to understand how Lord Vishnu can equally manifest himself in every society of living entities. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunpadi Pashad Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare.
Rama
Sa
Rama,
e
Hare Hare.
Jagadhata
Sa
Bhagavan
evedam Jagatata Bhagavan Dharma Rupadrik.
Sa e Vedam Jagadhata Bhagavan Dharma Rupa Dhrik Pushnati Stapayam Vishwam Tiryanara Suradivihi. He, the personality Godhead, the maintainer of all the universe, appeared in different incarnations after establishing the creation. After that, he claims all kind of conditions among the humans, the non-humans, and the demigod. So here there are two main points Srila Prabhupada establishes. Number one is about the Lord appearing in various incarnations. We all know the famous Dashavatara, Matsya Kurma Vara. The Lord appeared everywhere. He appeared in water also. It's not the Lord only appears in human society. He appeared as a fish also. But when Krishna appears as a fish, at that time the form it takes as the fish is spiritual form. And these forms are not created, they're eternally in the spiritual world. But if those forms descend, the Lord descends in the beautiful form. The Matsya incarnation was so huge, so huge. If you stand on the coast, miles going this way to that way, you can't even imagine. Just go to the Bangalore on the coast, stand on the coast, think, okay, think the left extreme and right extreme, so huge. Everybody knows the story, Satyavrata. Previous life, our Vaivasta Manu was the one as Satyavrata. So he had one day gone to take his bath, and when he was collecting some water for puja from the river, suddenly in his kamandalu, a small fish jumped in. So he threw that water with the fish outside. Again he took little water, again the fish was in it. Again he threw that water. Again he collected, again the fish. And the fish requested him, give me shelter. He gave him shelter. Okay, king is in the mood of giving shelter. He said, okay, I'll give you shelter. Then he came back to his place. Then the fish said, I'm already had taken the size full of the command. Bigger than this, it's too small for me. So he put in a bigger vessel, still took the full size. And it is so small. He threw in the well, he took the size of the well. Then he picked up the fish with his soldiers, how they did it, and threw it in a huge pond. It took the full size of the pond. It's so small for him. Then threw it back in the ocean, took a form full covering the ocean. Then he understood, this is God only. Nobody else can do this much mystic power. And the Lord revealed to him, yes, Satyavrata, I have come for some particular mission. Very soon they're going to be pralaya, and I'm going to protect you. So, make a boat, get all important people on the boat, whatever you want, and then tie the boat to my horn, I'll appear, and then I take you through the ocean of devastation. Everything will be flooded with water. At that time, you can be on the boat and don't have to worry about food. You not have any hunger, anything. You can just enjoy hearing Krishna Katha from me. So he meditates on the. So that's exactly the same thing happens. This is the fish incarnation of the Lord. So like that, Lord has various incarnations. Masya, Kurma is when the Kurma incarnation is there, when they are doing Samudra Manthan. The Mandara mountain is sinking, so it has to support it. So the Lord takes the form of the tortoise, and when they are rotating the tortoise, he's feeling as if somebody is rubbing his back. How nice it feels, somebody presses your back. And somebody, if there is an itching sensation, somebody rubs. It's very pleasing. They feel some itching sensation, nice massage on his back. That is the Masya Kurma. Then Vara incarnation was taken. Masya is also twice, Vara is also twice. And Vara incarnation, Masya Kurma. Kurma ho gaya. And Vara incarnation, is for fighting Hiranaksha and killing him. And why Vara shape? Because it has to pull out earth from a dirty place. So these are, even though it came as Vara, his form is worshipable. It's a spiritual form. Lord doesn't take a form like that. So people are like, this monkey comes, Hanumanji has come. Don't speak like this. If they think big Varadev come. No, it's not true. Varadev took a spiritual form like a pig, but every pig doesn't become Varadev. A Kurma, every tortoise that doesn't become Kurma. And then Narasimha in another form, Hiranaksha. Hiranyakashipu rather had a benediction, not die in the day, neither night. So the Lord took the form as a Narasimha to fulfill all the benediction, neither man nor the animal. Then Parashurama form was taken because the Kshatriyas in the world got degraded and they were misusing their position. The Lord took form as Parashurama to do things, to settle everything correct. Vasya Kurma, Vara, Narasimha, Vamana, another form taken by the Lord. A small boy form to take from Bali Maharaj, all the kingdom back and give it to the devas. And then Vasya Kurma, Vara, Narasimha, Vamana. Next one. What is the next one? Rama Parashurama. Then after Parashurama, Matsya, Kurma, Vara, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama. Then Balarama. Balaramji is also considered incarnation. Buddha Kalki, Manya missing. What do you mean? No, not here. Hayagriva is not here. Yes, what is missing? Anybody knows which incarnation I missed among the Dashavatara?
Ram, Lord Ram.
Lord Rama, Lord Buddha.
Yes. Lord Rama incarnation that came to fight with Ravana and give perfect Rama Rajya. And after that Balarama, then Buddha, he came and all people turned the temples into slaughterhouses. Chikiteshu Bhavishyati. The Lord came to protect innocent animals and also give Upadharma. Be nice, be good, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. And then finally, Lord will come as Kalki. There will be very few people remaining in the world who are pious. Everybody will become like demons. And they're harassing few pious devotees. Prabhupada said, Bhagavatam said, degradation is so much that people will start eating each other. The only food available is another human being. Nothing else is available. People start cooking and eating each other. And there are few pious people so much harassed by demonic people. The Lord comes as Kalki on a horse and eliminates all the impious people. And the few pious people with them, the Satyuga starts. Okay, this is and his father's name is Vishnu Yashi, place of birth is Shambhalpur, and it comes 4,27,000 years later, not today. So this is a different incarnation Lord mentioned. You can say how it is mentioned, because Trikalagna, Vedavyasa Trikalagna, he has been given the power. He can go to past, present, future and write anything. He writes so detailed discussion about different Lord and the different incarnations and the devotees. So beautiful. Prahlad Maharaj prayers, so many teachings in Bhagavatam are there. Exactly reciprocates as previously to Vedavyasa, nothing was put down into writing. But Vedavyasa put down into writing so that we can take advantage. So the first point was that different incarnations the Lord takes, they are not to be insulted, they are not to be disrespected because they are forms of the Lord. They are spiritual form. They are not material forms. Okay, so we should be very careful handling this form. You go to Purva Kshetra, go to so many places, you should give proper respect to the Lord. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phales priyaha. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, no kind of activity binds me. Krishna remains in this infallible position. And Arjuna says to Krishna, Senayor ubhayo madhye ratham thavame achyuta. Oh Krishna, take my chariot between both the armies. Correct? So both the armies, Krishna is taking the chariot. Why? Is he a servant? No, he's always the master. But Krishna takes pleasure in serving the devotee. And Arjuna is also saying, Achyuta, you are not fallible. Just because you drive my chariot, your position does not come down. Rather, your position in the Bhakta Vatsala is proved. You're always protector of your devotees. Because of so many ways we see the Lord does wonderful pastimes. And we get an opportunity to serve Him. Okay, none of these forms of the Lord are material, they're all spiritual. Avajanati ma mudha manushim tanumashitam param bhavam ajanato mahabhuta maheshwaram. Even when Lord comes in a human form, people deride Him, make fun of Him. They bring so many oppositions. It's like Prabhupada says, this con we teach all around the world. There is not much this confusion, they don't know. In India, but Swamiji, what about Shiva? First question. What Ganesha? They're also God. That's the confusion in India. I remember when I was in the college days, I started meeting the devotees, and one team had come from Germany. I was so happy. And then finally, the day he was going, I met him. He said, what do you speak about India? India, ocean of confusion. Just imagine. The situation had become so confusing, so ocean of confusion. And Srila Prabhupada, such a powerful acharya, is staying in a crowded place in Delhi, Chandni Chowk, Chikkuwada temple. Not that he is not revealed to public. He's moving among lakhs of people. He is preaching, going traveling, distributing his magazine, books and all. Nobody understood who he is. Nobody even followed him. But why? One of the reasons is this. The people disrespect the great saints and the Lord in India today. Sometimes, not always, sometimes. Because of that, those people become like a desert. It is very difficult to put the seed of bhakti. Correct? If the aparadas are there, sin and aparada is difficult to remove. Sin can be removed easily. Therefore, Acharya Prabhupada, by his association, the sinful people of the West became purified and they took happily to Krishna consciousness. But people in India, maybe not so sinful, but they were doing aparadas, commenting on the Lord. Aspect. It should not have been done like that. Why he did like that? Then how will you respect the Lord? When you hear about the Lord, how will you hear with an open heart? And if you do not hear about the Lord with respect and devotion, the magic will not stand. Okay, so this was a clear thing. We should be careful not to offend and understand very clearly that all the pastimes of the Lord are transcendental. Another point now Prabhupada mentioned to the end of the purport is we should not do what is known as Kupa Manduka Nyaya. There is a frog in a well. What is it? A frog in a well. Now this frog, what it can do? It can only know about the well. He was born in the well and is a grown up. Now another frog comes from the ocean and from the way it falls in the well. Now both have a discussion. How can this frog of the well understand what he's talking about the ocean? Because they've never seen the ocean. So similarly, by our own speculation, it is not to understand the glories of God. We have to hear from the Lord. Then we will understand, or His servants will hear. There is no way for us mechanically to even travel to some part of the universes which are lakhs of years far away. Only opportunity is to hear from the Shastra, which gives a clear direction about the Lord. Otherwise, by your own effort, you try, crores of years you can try, you will not understand anything. Like we are struggling in science to even understand soul is there. So what you will understand God? It will take too much time for you. But we can accept the statement of the Shastra. Bhagavatam is the highest evidence in the Vedic literature, highest pramana. And it says that Lord comes in different incarnations just to reclaim the conditioned souls. That is out of His love and compassion. And we should cooperate with the mission of the Lord. The personality, Godhead as maintainer of all in the universe, appears in different incarnations after established the creation, thus reclaims all kinds of conditions among humans, the non-humans, and the demigods. Okay? So they deride the Lord even when it comes to the animals. So in human society, that's already happened. As such, he is never subject to a reaction for any one of his acts. Krishna is totally free from any one of the reactions. Karnamam karmani limbhanti. That's not possible. He is beyond Maya. And no laws of nature can act on the Lord. They are his laws. They don't act on it. So Krishna is one of the first meditation. Krishna is transcendental to the conception, action, and reaction. And Krishna is only visible by the internal energy above good and bad conception in the material world. Conceptions are good, bad, lower, upper are not are material conceptions. They should not be applied on the different incarnations of Lord. We don't say Varadev is not so good, Matsya is very good. We don't say all these things. Don't do like that. All the forms of Lord are worshipable. Param bhavam ajananto. The Lord form is totally transcendental and people don't appreciate it. Lord potency does not decrease when it takes the form of a lower animal. No, he's in a still spiritual form. You don't have to decrease his potency or his dignity in that. He's all pervading, a summit localized in every place. He's all pervading and localized as a Paramatma in everybody's heart. You can take association, you can take instructions. One compares everything to one's standard of knowledge. Froth just thinks what he knows inside the well is everything. So this tendency the Mayavadis have, they try to bring down God to our level. They say, I have some money and distribute the money, money is finished. When God expands, he's finished. They say like that. That's not true. Krishna doesn't finish. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamidam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamada Evam Vishishyate. Even though Krishna appears in and expands to millions of forms, he remains as it is. As such, one is foolish about transcendental science. The Lord find difficult enough how Lord can equally manifest in every society of living. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Shobha, would you like to add something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, yeah. Lord is maintainer, and how he maintains the universe is also mentioned. And he incarnates lower than human, like big fish, human devotees in all kinds of societies. He appears. So he is the father of all species. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantya tasat brahma mahatyoni aham bija pradapitha. Without the father having form, children can't have these forms. So to reclaim means reclaim them from the clutches of illusion, Lord comes here. So anybody in the clutches of Maya will think this is good and this is bad, victory, defeat. So this is like the symptoms of person who is in clutches of illusion. So it is like this illusion comes from manodharma, like something is lower, something is higher, good or bad, like that. Means it's our thinking. Thinking is also like conditioned by like calculations. This kind of manodharma is means it's like duality, like happiness and distress, honor, dishonor, etc. And so in this material world, nothing can be good. Something means we are thinking that something is good is means like dangerous calculation. But Lord's incarnation also we apply this. So the like manodharma force us to think this is good or bad, like this. But here we apply this onto Krishna's incarnation. We think that Krishna's incarnation as a hog or fish is lesser than Krishna himself. So because generally pig is considered to be very low. So how can Lord in pig form is worshipable like that? We think this atheist, the atheistic people, they don't know this transcendental science. They think that these people are worshipping pig, monkeys, fish, etc. Like that. They think foolish, find difficult to understand transcendental science of Lord. Moon, now the phases of moon changes. Full moon day the moon appears in the full. After that, like it changes half moon or the crescent form, but the moon is same. So the Krishna's the forms are also means it may be different incarnation, but he has the spiritual form that is same. We can say in Brahma Samhita it is mentioned. दीपार्चिरेव हि दशान्तरमभ्युपेत्य दीपायते विवृतहेतु समानधर्मा यस्ताद्रगेव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. The light of one candle being communicated to other candles, although it burns separately in them, is the same in its quality. So, like we can understand this, Krishna doesn't belong to any of these 84 lakhs of species, any divisions or categories. So Krishna has a unique form of means form, eternal form, distinct from this world. And Lord also appears as Mahaprabhu here to establish Yuga Dharma and to show us how we can attain highest perfection by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So here, Prabhuji, it's mentioned that Lord has appeared here, means in the form of tree also. I'm not sure tree in which form. The Lord says, Vakshana Ashwatha, he says, but is that Ashwatha Vaksha? He appeared as like that. In his Vibhuti Yoga, he says that in 10th chapter. So he appeared in each and every species and society to reestablish the religion. So when we see through the eyes of Shastra, these dualities will go. So our thoughts should be like enhancing in Krishna consciousness. Then we can understand Lord's incarnations and about Lord. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. About reincarnation, Prabhuji, I would like to know.
What is that? Tree? I don't know.
Lord also incarnates as tree, it is mentioned. Is that Ashwatha Vraksha? Because in 10th chapter, Lord says, Vrakshanam Ashwatha.
That is Vibhuti, one of the Vibhutis of the Lord, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Opulence manifested in other living entity. Krishna
Yes.
can come in any way. There is not limited in any way. Not limited. Hare Krishna, Aishwarya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. So, Krishna has unlimited incarnations. Like, even though we say the Shavatar, we say about different avatars, but Prabhupada says it's like waves in the sea. We can't count the waves, it keeps coming. So, Krishna takes unlimited avatar, and it's inconceivable for us to understand why Krishna came in which form, because only pure devotees can really understand Krishna's pastimes. And when Narasimha Dev came, Prahlad could understand that's the Lord, but Hiranyakashipu couldn't know that it was Krishna. And Mahaprabhu, when Mahaprabhu came, Mahaprabhu kept it as a Channa avatar, like secret, so that his pastimes are not disturbed. Because in Kali Yuga, there'll be so many fake gods. He know that, and he kept it very confidential among his pure devotees that he is Krishna himself. But he never accepted it, and so the incarnations is very difficult to understand for a normal layman. But for devotees, the Lord is coming in different
Yes,
form
Mataji.
just to
Anything
protect.
more?
So yes, Prabhuji. So just his sweet will to that he incarnates in different form, and Prabhupada tell us it's a fortune that we are able to understand it through Bhagavatam. So we should always read it and worship all the incarnations because all are same. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Lord form is always spiritual. Whichever form he takes a totally spiritual. Sachidananda. Hare Krishna. Any other observation? Hare Krishna. We close then. Vancha kalpata rupascha kripa sindhipa evacha patitana upamanebhyo Vaishnav Namo Nama Anant Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai.
Prabhuji, do we have class at 3 o'clock today? Prabhuji, Prabhuji, do we have class at 3 o'clock? Bridge class today, Prabhuji?
Yeah, today.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.